Hi everyone, and welcome to a very special episode of MTG Oracle. This is your host, Nick Mohammed, and I'm Vivian Bond. Today we're getting an inside look at a Grand Prix event.
We're here at the Meadowlands Exposition Center in Secaucus, New Jersey for the Grand Prix New Jersey event. We'll be giving you an in-depth look at what to expect at these larger events and getting some interviews with the kind of characters that you'll see. Grand Prix tournaments normally have between 700 and 3,000 participants. Those players are competing for $50,000 in prize money, and the top 8 earn an invitation and flight to the next Pro Tour. Wizards has started calling these events Magicfest instead of Grand Prix. They're essentially the same thing. Along with a few other small changes to the tournament structure, they're going to be playing up the side events and the weekend in general. So when you're in the main event, you typically attend the players meeting before the start of the first round. This is an opportunity to turn in your deck list, deal with any registration stuff, and pick up your tournament swag. There are also options for doing these things online, and if you have a buy, it's absolutely necessary. When you have buys, you can pick up all your tournament swag over at the customer service table, which is what we're going to do here right now. I'm over here with Mike. He's the customer service representative for Channel Fireball today. So, Mike, how long have you been doing this?
This is my second event for Channel Fireball, but I did it for 2 years for a couple of other vendors.
Do you work events here exclusively, or do you have another job?
I own a game shop.
You own a game shop? Wow.
I do.
Where?
In Rhode Island.
And what's it called?
Reality Shift Games.
Do you play Magic yourself?
I do. I play a lot of Magic.
Are you going to sign up for any events this weekend? Or?
Yeah, I have a couple of decks that I brought down in hopes of playing this evening when I get off shift.
Put it up on the table?
Absolutely.
All right, it comes with this beautiful Channel Fireball deck box, and you open it up, and they give you a life pad, so you're all set to start playing, and the Grand Prix promo. Beautiful. I'm very happy with this over the progenitors from last year. Thanks so much for helping us out here, Mike.
Anytime.
Have a great day. Good luck.
Vivian Bond here. Right behind me is the prize wall, and we're going to see what's in store for the winners of the side events. We're also going to be talking to Jack over there about the prizes and what to expect. So, are you a Magic player yourself?
I am. I've been playing since Onslaught. So I've been doing this for about 8 years, but the past 3 years I've been doing customer service and prize wall type stuff.
Cool. So is this your day job too, or do you have like another hustle?
Magic is pretty much what I do full time. I'm at events about 2 weekends a month, and then I work at a local game store in LA.
So do you enjoy working for Channel Fireball and doing customer service?
I absolutely love it. Like, especially working in customer service when I'm working in like the Lost and Found or in the prize wall. I'm usually like making like winners feel better and like giving them prizes, or people who have lost things come to me and I'm like, hey, I have your $10,000 legacy deck. Don't worry.
So we're over here at the registration table. One thing to keep in mind at these events is that even if you're not playing in the main event, there's still a lot of things you can do here. There's all types of constructed tournaments and limited events that are scheduled, modern, legacy, and there's definitely some sealed and two-headed giant. There's a Pro Tour qualifier on Sunday for all the serious grinders who wash out day one. And besides all that, there's Fire On Demand drafts and smaller tournaments that go whenever you have AP. So Vivian's gonna get some player interviews, but I've got to go prep for the main event right now. See you guys later.
I'm here with Gabby and Olivia at the Magic Grand Prix. You can see their awesome costumes. So what character are you?
We are actually both Atrata from the new Guilds of Ravnica set. This is the furthest I've come this year. I am going to Portland in December, so that'll be the furthest I'm actually going. So.
Nice.
Yeah, this is the furthest out for me, but the most like distant location-wise I was in Mexico City for the GP
wow.
a little while ago. Yeah.
So worldwide.
Yeah.
Hey, so what's your name?
John.
And where are you? Nice to meet you. Where are you from?
New York, Wantaw.
Oh, nice. Is this the farthest you've traveled for a Grand Prix?
No. I say for an event in general, probably like Texas.
So where are you from, Neil?
Long Island, New York. Furthest I've traveled, I think I went to a tournament in Texas a couple of years ago.
Okay, cool.
I'm Tobias Vasari.
Nice to meet you. I love your costume.
Oh, thank you very much.
Did you make parts of it?
I made all of it.
Oh, that's amazing. How did you make the orange and silver elements?
These are like styrofoam, and then what's underneath it is just like a plastic binder I cut up that looks kind of cool. So
Cool. Can you tell us what character you are?
I am Jace, Architect of Thought. I'm from Vancouver, Canada. I went to Orlando. I did Grand Prix Orlando this year, which I'm pretty sure is the farthest I've been.
So probably since '97, some friends of mine started playing in the Urza block, and I had no idea what the game was. I thought the artwork was actually pretty cool, so that kind of hooked me on the game.
Are you competing in the main event today?
Negatory. I'm working registration this weekend. Usually I'm judging, so.
I'm playing in the main event, just off of a win. I'm 1-0 right now.
Yeah, I mean, they're pretty competitive. I always go in, looking to, just play the best, and, expect my opponents are going to bring everything they have.
So can you tell us a little bit about being featured cosplay players? What do you do at these events?
We're just going around. Y'all can come take selfies with us, and if you hashtag GPNJ, GP New Jersey, and then you post it on social media, we will give you, I believe we're handing out Shadows over Innistrad.
We just try to add to the experience and kind of like be ambassadors for the community, basically. And so, reach out to people that way and just give another aspect of the game or seeing something that, you play in real life and being able to interact with someone about it. So that's why we're here.
I'm gonna ask you guys kind of about the elephant in the room. I see the male-female ratio is about 40-1 here. So why do you guys think it's such a male-dominated pastime or hobby?
I'm still trying to figure it out myself.
I think historically these sorts of high fantasy games are I think it's just, I don't know, has been marketed and is generally more appealing to the male audience. Obviously things are being marketed and sold differently now, but I think that's probably why.
I think that it's just a lot of women don't know about it, and it's been male dominated for so long, and so I think that's why it's still male dominated. I didn't find out about it until my husband told me. I just love the mental part of it, so that's why I showed up. I don't know. What do you think?
I mean, I've known about the game since it came out. I had friends that played it when I was a kid, but I never got into it. I just liked the art on the cards. I ended up actually starting in 2014 with a bunch of friends from high school, all guys, that were like, when I came over, we're gonna play some Magic, and just handed me a deck. And so I learned, and I was like, this is amazing. How did I not know about this? So I've just started coming ever since. But I think there's that barrier of both, not knowing about it, and then maybe not always having the most welcome environment when you start because it's the boys' club and you're new to it. So hopefully we can change that.
We're over here with a couple of judges right now, Megan and Jonah.
I've been playing since 2009. I learned to play right before the original Zendikar release.
I started playing in 7th edition Onslaught. So the judge program is a group of Magic players who decided that they wanted to be more involved in the community, see what they can do to help people who like rules, people who like weird puzzles. Sometimes people will just forget the smallest thing and it sets everything off the rails, and figuring out what happened and how to fix it is, for me, so much fun.
We're over here in the artist area right now. We're going to introduce you to some of the masterminds behind the artwork on the cards. I'm here with my buddy Nick, and he's a big collector in the Magic art scene. And he was just telling me about some of the artists here, and one of the people he mentioned was Pete Venters, who's one of the first artists in Magic. Why don't you take a look?
So, Pete Venters is great for a lot of reasons. Pete's one of the first Magic artists and has done a slew of iconic cards, but Pete is one of the guys that his impact continued in ways that are subtle and tremendously important. Way back in the mid-90s, Pete was working for Wizards of the Coast and oversaw this point in Magic Art's history where the art became more like visceral almost. There was a very distinct style, and it was a beautiful style, and it was, in some ways, the game growing up a little bit, the game becoming a little bit more mature. And it was this introduction of beautiful, beautiful art, landscapes especially. There are these images that we're never going to forget these images. These images are with us, and they influence how we see and appreciate art. And so Pete Venters, getting back to the man himself, is one of those guys that we should be tremendously thankful for, and who kind of maybe doesn't get all the credit that he should, and maybe deserves just a little bit more.
I got into playing Magic myself when I was in college.
Oh, awesome.
Right around Time Spiral and Lorwyn. Even from then, I thought like the art was the coolest part. So
You wouldn't believe how many people I've interviewed who have said that today.
Oh yeah?
That's what gets them into the game.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, I can definitely see why, obviously.
In this case, normally I do my own cards. This is a special case. But in this case, it's just basically the guy asked me to extend the artwork for the card. So hopefully I'm not insulting the artist doing it.
How long have you been working for Wizards?
About 20 years.
20 years, wow.
Yep.
I see you at a lot of these. You're probably the person I've seen the most at these.
I get around.
Yeah?
Yes.
So I'm here with my buddy Adam, and he works for
Tales of Adventure, TOA, Magic. I got it about like 12-ish years ago, right around Broden, well after that.
Okay, that's a good one. You know, that's Pete Venter's favorite set?
I didn't.
Telling me a little about your store? What's the name?
Good Games.
Good Games. Where are you from?
We're originally an Australian company.
Oh, cool.
We have 36 stores in Australia and 2 here in the United States. 1 in Indianapolis and 1 in Chicago. Yeah, we do about 12 Grand Prix a year.
Wow.
We buy and sell a lot of singles.
Are you the owner?
I'm one of the owners. Yeah.
Wonderful. What's your name?
Rob Tierney.
Rob, I'm Nick.
Nick, g'day mate.
Pleased to meet you.
Yeah.
Did you have a good show?
Really good show. Our guiding principle is can we turn it around relatively quickly? It's probably easier to say the sorts of things that we don't deal with. We generally don't deal with foreign cards.
Okay.
Well, no, I think we're probably a jack of all trades, honestly.
Okay, cool.
What's your favorite part about these conventions?
Really meeting people and like fostering the community. Like I care a lot about like gamers who are enthusiastic about gaming, even if it's not just Magic the Gathering. So I just want to make sure that people come and have a good time. I'd have to go back and say like my favorite thing is when I'm returning lost property. There was an event in Seattle where I returned a legacy deck that someone had lost that was his roommate's and was all foil and was worth more than the travel and everything combined. So getting that back to him was a really big deal. But at that same event, there was also a 14-year-old who had lost his Pauper deck, which I could have replaced by going to the dealers and spending $20. But luckily, someone turned that into, and so we were able to get him his red-white heroic deck.
Is there like a strong community around Magic, or do you see familiar faces at these kinds of events?
Oh, 100%. Like Grand Prix like this, you just see hundreds of people you've seen in the past. You may not know them well, but you may have seen them either from other events that they've done well in or just in passing. You're like, yeah, I've seen you at an event. I don't know you, but I've seen you before. And it's kind of vice versa. Like people who I've played against in other tournaments are like, hey man, how are you doing? Like, oh, how are you? Like, what's your record? Like, and it's just really nice. I think the community in Magic is incredible.
Have you made a lot of friends through the game?
Probably all my friends, actually.
I have some really, really good friends like across the U.S. Like I'm staying with a friend here in New York, and then I have some really good friends in Florida and in Vancouver. I guess Vancouver where I'm from, but yeah, no, it's really cool. I think it is a very strong community. I really, really love these people. So
There's definitely a strong community. A lot of friends I know or have made over the years, or from a local gaming store. So it's the Comic Book Depot in Wandsworth, New York, and we have the the bond of playing cards. I know them from tournaments and also just playing casual Commander as well.
A lot of my friends who are judges always talk about how excited they are to be at events with all their friends and stuff. It's a very close-knit community from what I can tell. Almost like a secret club. Can you talk a little bit about that?
It's less like a secret club and more like a family reunion. A lot of people have their group of grinders that they travel with. We have a weird sort of interaction where we're like sort of coworkers but also sort of family, and you get to know these people and you see the same people every weekend all over the world, and they just become part of your life.
Yeah, I've started to make some friends. Also, the cosplay community is really small, so it's really cool because we can all just like message each other online, and we're like basically instant friends, and then you get to meet each other, and that's super cool. I'm also noticing a lot of like the same judges, so I try and like, you know, say hi to them and like talk to them.
It's just about the same situation as Gabby for me. I started cosplaying in earnest for the community earlier this year, and I've just been going and meeting up with the other cosplayers at pretty much every event I can. Be like, sure, I've got friends in that city. I'll go to the GP, and then I never see my friends. I'm at the GP the entire time. So.
Oh.
Yeah, that works out great.
Nice. Did you guys just meet here, or have you been friends
we
for
met
a
5
while?
minutes ago, like for the first time here.
Oh, that's
fantastic.
fantastic.
Featured cosplayers. We should probably meet up. So.
Oh, that's fantastic.
It's really nice meeting people, not from the internet, or from the internet, but just interacting with the community in person instead of just online.
The second thing that really kept the game going was actually the tournament scene. When they first introduced the Pro Tour and everything, it was kind of like, you're doing what? They took off. I mean, honestly, when it comes right down to it, the number one reason that Magic is still around is people can find other people to play with. It's what killed almost every other CCG. If you can't find someone to play against, you ain't gonna play.
I think it's more of an ongoing being able to meet people and interact with them in like a meaningful way and make new friends in all these different places. Sharing this game as the common bond has been really nice, and is the experience I want to keep repeating every time I'm here, and it keeps happening. So
It is the time of my life. This is the greatest job I've ever had. The people I get to work with are phenomenal. Like, it's just really nice to be in a position where everybody's really motivated, everybody's really excited to be here, and like wherever the judge program is so full of passionate individuals, so it's like a very rewarding experience every time I get to work here.
The ones where the players are having fun is the short answer. Like, I don't care what event it is. I don't care if it's some prestigious event. I don't, like, whatever it is where the players are joking with each other, like talking about their bad beats to their opponent while they're being delivered. Like, that is what I want to see happening.
My favorite players are the ones who are still playing at the end of the GP with a losing record.
Okay.
And they're just having a ball, and they're there to make friends and play their deck because they love their cards and they love being here. Those are my favorite people.
So there you have it. We hope you had a good time with us here at Grand Prix New Jersey in Secaucus. Be sure to check out the comments for additional information on all the stuff you heard today.